Good morning, pup. Good morning, Kaylin. Or I'm sorry, Kylie. Hey, Siren. Amy. Hey, love. How you doing? Are we having good morning? Took care of the garden early. Got myself a little couple of donuts and a latte. Hey, B. From a place called Sidecar. I got their Saigon Cinnamon Crumb, $4.75. Yes, it is an artisanal place, I found out. Very much so. One chocolate chunk cookie dough. That's what this is, right? And then one banana bread latte. Iced, no walnuts. And they actually asked if I wanted the walnuts on it or not. Thankfully, they asked. And I said no, because I'm not fond of walnuts as a whole. Whole milk and then a vanilla cold foam. And that was $6.50, as was the donuts. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite lovely. Let me see if I can get you on a level. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so much better. So yeah, no, it's... And yes, I am going to knife and fork it. Seriously? The fuck? Lazy aphid. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, just making sure I hadn't missed anybody. Hello, darlings. Come on in. We shall see how to attack this. Ooh. Oh, that is a very rich cream. A little bit of tang to it. Not in a bad way either. Hello, hello. Hey, boo, how you doing? Oh. Ooh. Chocolate chunk cookie dough donut from Sidecar. That is a really nice, rich, intense, like dark chocolate flavor. And I love dark chocolate. So it's got a little bit of a filling, as well as this cream on the outside that has like oh, I think it's like a cream cheese whip. I'm like, it's tangy, but not in a bad way. I'm like, oh, it's a cream cheese whip. And yes, I'm cutting a little odd because this is not my normal cutting style. Gotta do certain things for the camera. Okay, so they've got a cookie dough fill. I'm guessing it's a no-bake kind of cookie dough fill. That's really fantastic. It's very rich, but I like that. And the dough is very much a dough styled, not a cake style. But I like that. It's very intense, very rich, very chocolatey. Oh, there we go. There we go. The latte still very much tastes like a latte, but the banana is there. It's very gentle. I was worried it might be like, You know when you sometimes have banana flavored stuff and it is intense. It's like, that is definitely banana flavoring. Maybe a little too much banana flavor. No, this is actually a really good balance so far. So how's everybody doing? I only have to I can only take a couple bites at a time because I have to let my body adjust to it, especially with as rich as that was. If we get to 10K over about the next 10 minutes, I will do a free community card pull. Hello, darlings. Welcome on in. Thank you, thank you. Hello, hello. Feel free to apply those gamer fingers. If we can get to 10K in about the next 10 minutes, I will pull a free community card on this lovely, lovely morning. Just had a couple bites and a sip or two of the banana bread latte and the chocolate, what is it called? Chocolate chunk cookie dough. They're not paying me for this. I've just decided I really wanted donuts, forgetting that it was Mother's Day for the most part. Busy place, but it wasn't like the Trader Joe's right across from it where they had just put out buckets of flowers into the parking lot and it was being swarmed. I'm just like, really, y'all? Really? No, unfortunately, I don't have fish right now. When I get into a place where I can be established and then I have a lot more room, I definitely want to get my planted aquarium like up and running again because I miss having fish and little frogs and growing plants and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, if you happen to do one of the things that are in my gift gallery, if you fill that all the way up, I will also do a card pull, and for the diving whale, I will do a 5-card pull. Yeah, so I went from the apartment in Long Beach. I'm now elsewhere. I'm renting a room right now, trying to figure a few things out and get everything, like up and running and whatnot. Sometimes the technical stuff takes far longer than I want. But yeah, getting that all up and running. And then I'm hoping that I get a decent windfall soon so that I can be out within the next couple of months, have my own space and really decorate it, set it up, create environments the way I want to. But I did redesign my room yesterday a little bit, gave myself a bit more room, and really kind of opened up the space for filming. So yeah. So today I'm going to be filming a bunch of content so that I can post at least daily, hopefully twice daily, over this coming week. And I will also be doing some other filming and whatnot. Thank you so much. Yeah. But yeah, any support is absolutely, thank you so much, darling. Any support is absolutely welcome and very much appreciated. There are a lot of different ways to support directly because I'm just a small content creator right now. Hey, Miss Isla, how you doing? But I'd like to bring more education. I'd like to have more, third space, places where people can be, decompress, learn a little, and then also, learn a little bit about spirituality and whatnot. I like having nails. Nails are very much a tool of my trade, ASMR and otherwise, and it's really helping me kind of reconnect with certain roots and certain parts of myself that I wasn't allowed to have before, and now I'm realizing I'm a fucking adult. I can make my own decisions. Fuck it, let's go. Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing? So it looks like we've got 2 DJ glasses left, and I think we have a diving whale as well. But right now we are just aiming for that 10K. Once we hit 10K in about the next 5 minutes, I will do a free card pull for the community, and then we can go from there. Right. I woke up nice, a little bit early, actually got some stuff done, and I slept well again for the 3rd night in a row. I'm kind of okay with this. I'm kind of loving that. So We've got I think it's the flower moon is coming up on like Monday or Tuesday, and that'll be the full moon for the month. I'll be doing a little educational on that, as well as probably some altar setup and whatnot today, so yeah. Yay! We love that. We love that. Yes, if anybody needs a personalized read, the blinks are in Lio. Feel free to have at. And I'm going to have a little... Still morning for me, only because I'm over on the West Coast, and we had a little wake, a little garden, like little I can words, I promise I can. Literal garden. Because I like to container garden. That's the big thing that I want when I go to a new place, is I want a place that I can garden and just a bit of like room to expand. I want to say it's like it's a solid 7 out of 10. It is like very much your standard latte. There's a little bit of banana. It's not overwhelming, which is really nice. The foam on top is good too. It could just use like a little bit more sweetness. I almost want to say if they had added just a touch of caramel to it, it would really kind of perk the flavors up. But I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. If somebody brought this to me, I was like, yeah, I'd drink it. I would drink it. I think there's the potential that you could even serve that like hot and have it as a really good drink. Hey, Ms. Whitney. Oh, you're over on the East. Yeah, I get a lot of East Coasters following me, which I'm like, okay. I'm not bad. Yeah. This is the chocolate chunk cookie dough donut. I saw it was a seasonal flavor. I didn't even fully read the description. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll try it. And it is really good. It's definitely a dough style donut, not a cake style donut. Oh, trust me, I give it a good swirl. I guess I could do it again. Okay, I got all the way to the bottom. It is the chocolate chunk cookie dough donut. Yeah, it's a little bit more banana-y, but it's not like banana. And I was kind of expecting a little bit of caramel and a little bit more banana flavor in there, so that you really get that like banana bread. But overall, it's pretty good. I'm not mad at it, honestly. I am so proud of you, B. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I am so proud of you, B. Like, honestly, what they have been doing has just been criminal. Yeah. And that's what I started doing, is like, I was like, I really want a donut. And I've been to like the little mom and pop near me, and I was like, yeah, these are okay, but I want a little bit more. I like an artisanal donut. I'm sorry, I know I'm horrible. So I was like, okay, donuts near me. And then a couple of options popped up that like really caught my eye visually. So I looked a little bit further into it, and it's like sidecar donut. And everything looks like artisanal. It definitely looks like small business. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's do this. Showed up. It was definitely busy, but not like so crowded you couldn't function. But yeah, it was definitely, they opened it at 6:30 in the morning. So probably a good idea to go early, but everything was like fresh. They had everything racked, ready to go. They were constantly talking, very friendly to each other, very pleasant, without being like, hi, welcome. No, they were just like good tempered, really chill, and like you could tell everybody was working. I think there was at least There was over half a dozen people working behind counter, and they were going full tilt. And I'm guessing because of Mother's Day, but they all seemed to have like a really good gel as coworkers. So I was happy to be in that place. Yes, these are tarot cards. So if anybody needs a tarot read personalized, go ahead and go there. Other than that, right now we are aiming our little gamer fingers to hit 10K. Once we hit 10K, I will do the first pull of the day for the community. You needed to go a little bit off. My goodness, girl. You've been trying your hardest just to get them to pay attention, and you know, if you gotta raise your voice, do it. Oh, artisanal. So, artisanal means like more small batch, made by people in house, versus say, doing big batch or things that have just been like brought in by companies like Cisco, or other, you know, like food prepackaging kind of stuff. If they're making it in house, like with microbreweries for coffee or micro roasteries for coffee, that would be like artisanal. When they hand make the donuts in that place, especially when they like give it a lot of zhuzh and fluff and, you know, fillings and toppings, all that kind of, that's artisanal, because you're having one or two people or a small collective of people who are doing all the work and learning all the skills in order to not only make these things but decorate them as well. So yeah, you're fine, it's all good. Oh, I got this from Sidecar. They do have a couple of locations, so you're not just stuck with that one. Hey, Meg. So yeah, I got their Saigon cinnamon crumb, and that was $4.75. I got the chocolate chunk cookie dough. That was $6.50. I got the banana latte, no walnuts. Thank you, Jesus. Banana latte, no walnuts, vanilla cold foam, also $6.50. I've only been on for about, like 15, 20 minutes max. Hey, Maka. See, the very fact that they're not sending a lot of y'all the notification that I'm on is kind of pushing me towards definitely thinking of investing in doing a Discord server, especially if you're a subscriber. And then that way you will know when I am on. Also, I had a nice little session out in the garden this morning. Dogs have been fed. I'm doing well. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. While I'm here, I would like to at least out loud thank the battle buddies that we had on Friday. Thank you very much for Verbatim Stacy. They were the top gifter that night. Dropped 2 galaxies. My goodness. Tyla was the MVP of the battle rounds that we had. Playful, you filled out the hat and stashes for the gallery. Thank you very much, my dear. Amag, you got the finger hearts overall winner for that. I guess you filled up the most of that. Ivana was the queen of roses, of course. And also special thanks to Dizzy and Stevie, who were also really fantastic, wonderful, very generous, and were helping out fantastically during battles. So thank you. You're pretty curious of all my origins? Oh, okay. Oh, that thing. I was a little tense there for a second. I was like, oh God. This makes a little bit more sense. So as far as I know, half black, half white. There's really only a very few ways that happens to happen in America. So, I'm just like, oh shit. It's been a hot minute Okay. That makes more sense. The curiosity now makes more sense. Hey, classic. Sorry. So yeah, no, half black, half white, adopted. So like, there's really only two ways that happens, but I have certain personality tics that kind of speak to my epigenetics. Epigenetics is when big events, when your family or your lineage goes through like really big events, especially while pregnant with you, that kind of changes up the DNA, and it passes on certain habits, certain things that can then express themselves in that person, sometimes through personality and sometimes through habits. And I slide into Southern real easy. I also sometimes have a little too much intuition on certain things, and I'm just going, oh, I think I know where this came from. So, hey, how you doing, Cameron? I am eating a chocolate chunk cookie dough cookie from Sidecar. It's very rich. It's dark chocolate. It is a chocolate dough, not just a chocolate cake type donut. So yeah, it's very rich. It's very strong. That is I think it's a cream cheese whip with a cookie dough fill. It is so good. It is tangy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, every now and again you got to tell me because I will forget that that's up above my eyeline. But yeah, it's so good. Right. Right. I'm with you. I'm not much of a milk chocolate type. Dark chocolate. Oh my God. Yes, please. I'm there for it. Well, and it makes sense that some of us are night owls. Like fires and protection was needed at night, especially like fire tenders, storytellers, nighttime guards. A lot of things went on at night. Like this whole sleep at night, do work during the day, then sleep at night again. That is a much more modern invention due to colonization and industrialization. Sometimes I do, but like I want to be financially stable before I go poking around the DNA. Mostly because if I need to go take a trip to see family and get like medical records and whatnot, I want to be able to, do that post haste. Oh, it's rain. Oh, you got rain. We got sun. I'm not mad, but we got sun. I was traded for the rain. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I forget to breathe. Sorry. So yeah, this is the Hermit card. But it is upside down. So yeah, you're probably... And when I say you, I mean, we've got a nice collective going on here, and I am very much included in this read. Bastards. A little too reclusive. Like, you took a step back, and then you took a step back, and then you took like 10 more steps back. And like, don't worry guys, I'll be right back, as you fade into the bushes like Homer Simpson. So yeah. You stepped a little too far back, you're a little too recluse. And you keep going, I want to make forward progress. Well, bitch, you're walking the wrong way. So stop walking backwards. Make that actual concerted effort to like get out, be a little bit more social, or at least get into places where people can talk with you. Digital third spaces, but local community, is also a good thing, so that you know where to go, where to go, who to talk to, all those kind of things. if you need help a little bit more immediately. So, yeah, just the damn thing read me on that one too. So I know. But yeah. Okay, so the next goal is 25K. Or if somebody drops a DJ glass, that'll get them a 1-card pull. And if anybody drops the whale diving, that will be a 5-card pull for you. Each go around, each week they like reset the gift gallery. So I think I'm going to start opening up my services to people who are like giving support and lighting up those galleries, because those galleries help me in the long run. Not just monetarily, it actually helps push me out a little bit more onto the FYP and whatnot. So I really do appreciate the support, especially as I've got to kick this into high gear, and it is... I am like kicking and screaming because it is so hard for me to change my habits. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate that. Luna, would you like a card, or would you like to give the card to the community? Either is fine. You are not judged either way. Hey, Soybean. To the community, thank you so much, Luna. Can everybody please say thank you to Luna? They are supporting the community in more ways than one, and I appreciate that. Hello, B. Hello, Tia and Laura. Thank you, Haley. I appreciate that. Yay. Thank you, Linda. Hey, Miss Whitney. Good morning, Dis. How you doing? Ooh, okay. Ooh. Snap, crackle, pop. 5 of Wands. Now, Wands is a fire suit. It's also, funny enough, it's also a very stabilizing suit in a lot of ways. Tends to talk to like home and hearth. 5 of Wands right side up means, you know, you're getting ready for a little bit of a kerfuffle, a little bit go back and forth kind of thing. Mostly because you've misheard something, or the you know, when you play telephone amongst friends and family members, sometimes the wording gets changed, and then that can change the message. So in the reverse, it feels like, yeah, there's a little bit more tension than there should be, because somebody has been deeply misunderstood, and communication is kind of broke down just a little bit. So you might have a little bit more tension around you. It's also Mother's Day, which, you know, you get all your family in the same place, and that can be a little bit stressful. Yeah, 5 of Wands in reverse. Your communication has been a little off. So you're definitely getting a lot more tension than you should. I would say definitely try and take a step back. Give yourself like 2 seconds to breathe. Like, tell them, you know what? Give me a few minutes to breathe, because I think there's been a miscommunication. Take that moment. Reassess the situation. Write down a few notes and whatnot, but have the conversation again. Like, hey, this is what I'm understanding what I've heard to mean. Is that what was said, or is that what was meant? Or am I hearing wrong? Because once you're already heated, sometimes you don't do as much listening as you should. So, yeah. Don't be petty about this. I know you want to, but don't be petty about this. Right. Very very mature, very demure. But yeah, no soybean in this particular instance. Don't necessarily be petty. It does not behoove you. And again, I would like to read off the list of people who are our biggest contributors on Friday during the battles. Verbatim Stacy. They dropped a couple of galaxies. At any point in time, they can come back and claim their card read. They also donated a card read to the collective, which I appreciated. Ms. Tyler was our MVP for the battles. Fantastically done, by the way. Thank you. Playful Deadly got the hat and stash light up for my gallery. Meg lit up the finger hearts for the gallery. Ivana was the Queen of Roses. And special thanks to Dizzy and Stevie, especially during the battles. Y'all did fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm trying to find some new battle partners so we can do those a little bit more often. A lot of you said that you want to do it. Oh, okay. I had fun. I really did. So, yeah. Bean loves being petty. Good morning, darling. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. I love this dress. Like that, the blue-green velvet. A, just, oh my God, it feels so good. Also, B, it looks so good. So, for the battle, I am the pugilist, as it were. You get two people. They do like a little co-hosting. And the first 15 gamer finger taps will get 3 points to the battler, your side, whichever side you've decided to pick. And then gifts and whatnot, those will give points as well. Now, a lot of times they'll give a little bit of gifty just to get that ball rolling, but I think it's within like minute 2 or so, you will get a special mission which will double the points. Not double the revenue, but double the points that your battler receives for it. So say you wait for the mission and you decide to gift 100 roses and a DJ glass. I think DJs are usually 500 coins, if I'm not mistaken, plus 100 roses. So 600 points that doubles into 1,200 points for your side. And so basically you're going back and forth seeing how many points you can get between, and usually we do like a 3 rounds. It's a lot of good fun. I do a card pull each round for the collective that is present. So yeah, it's a great way to like come in, find some new friends, have a little fun competition, and then also really support those particular content creators that you love. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Good morning. How are you? So yeah, we have, it is so rich. It is so, so rich. But also, yes. They also had a Vietnamese coffee. And if I go back, I think I might try that. I'm tasting cinnamon in the banana bread as well. I think they need to tap the flavors up a little bit higher, a little bit stronger. Actually, I think I know what I can put in here. I'm going to go throw some honey in this and I'll be right back. Hello, hello. How you doing, Jenny? Pardon as I mix some honey into this. I need a little, just a touch more sweetness. Because like usually the simple syrup is what will add the flavor, but I don't know if they're using a sugar-free banana syrup, but the sweetness really wasn't there for me. That's better. That's better. That elevates. Hello, darlings. Hello, hello. Do I take this with? Shall we go towards the room? Now, if that isn't the perfect commercial, I don't know what is. Hey, Libra, how you doing? Yes, I am doing readings. I am doing readings. We're having a little breakfast as it were. Yes. If you go to the links in Lio, you will find ways to go about there. I'm going to be restructuring the tree ever so shortly. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. But yeah, as we get that redone, it should streamline everything just a little bit. Ooh, a new Swiffer. Yes. Hi. Oh, we love coupons. We do. Yep. As soon as you hit up the Blinks and Lio, it's 5 per card. And you can get between 1 and 10 cards. If not, we've got a community card read in a little under 2K. I'm doing good, Vanessa. How are you doing? Got myself a nice little, very rich dark chocolate type donut. And just put a little bit of honey into the banana bread latte. And it is fantastic. Thank you, Mix Life. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes to join a team, we do have a team here. So if you want to, go ahead. Come on in. We tend to hang out and chill. I am learning new ways to help be more engaging instead of just, me, banter. It is. I think it's a cream cheese whip on top because it's kind of tangy, very creamy. I had a moment where I'm like, is this okay to eat? Yeah, oh no, wait, yeah, it's cream cheese, okay. With like a no-bake cookie dough kind of fill in the middle. Very rich dark chocolate dough and ganache. It is fantastic. What would you know about take? You know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm not going to finish that sentence. I actually got some gardening done right before I came on. Dogs are fed. I think I just got to maybe change out some water, do some content creation today. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a decently productive day today, and then I'll be on tomorrow as well from 6 to 9. So yes, I have moved back to the 6 to 9 slot because the 4 to 7 just was not my jam. So yeah, the 6 to 9 is much better just overall for me. How's everybody doing? How are you doing? Come on through. Come on through. So far so good. I only keep forgetting that it's Mother's Day because I haven't celebrated that in quite some time. A, I'm not a mother. Don't worry. But B, no, it's distance between me and family. So yeah, haven't had to celebrate that for a number of years now. I was like, yeah, donuts and coffee. Holy crap, oh, okay, that's right. No. I don't know what Florida 70 is either. Maybe maybe that's the team of the 7 Floridians that show up to fight the 100 Brits and wipe the floor with them. Right. Alligators, roaches, mosquitoes. I'm sure you've got at least a couple of poisonous snakes around there. Don't you also have like a good amount of sharks and jellyfish? Like you're basically Australia, but in a more abbreviated version. and slightly flatter. I won't count out the fact that you probably have big cats and kangaroos, because it's Florida. Oh my god, that's right, the falling iguanas. Oh my god. I'll tell you this right now, if an iguana fell on me, I would be leaving that state so expeditiously. Just, nope, 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 no. What? Are you kidding? Oh, no, no, no. Oh my god, no. Oh. The shit? Oh, it would have taken everything I had not to just quit. Oh no. It, well, absolutely no. No. Because y'all get the kind of scorpions that are literal, like, no joke. Small, kind of like yellow or golden color, slender pinchers, and small tail. The smaller the scorpion, the more dangerous they tend to be. So getting hit by one of those. So, great way to tell, at least a little bit, how effectively dangerous a scorpion is. And I know you're probably going to be having a freak out, so I don't expect you to retain too much of the information, but the bigger the claws are, usually the less dangerous they are, because they rely on the claws for the power to do what they gotta do. If they've got like little thin, slender, like, I'm just a scorpion, don't get hit by that tail. That tail is so dangerous, because those rely on the poison to do the work. Hey, Scarlet Vixen, how you doing, darling? Yeah. I have so much random info. I'm like a trivia info dump at times. And yeah, a lot of it is around like animals, sometimes historical facts, different interactions with different things. It was a hen's striped scorpion. Okay, like put that into perspective for me. Yes, I went and got coffee. So we grabbed the crumb donut. That's gonna be for later on. Yeah, we will set that right about there. So that is the chocolate chunk. What was it? Chocolate chunk cookie dough donut, dark chocolate, absolutely lovely, very lovingly rich. I would give that donut like a good. That's like a solid 8 out of 10 donut. Like very solid 8 out of 10 donut. Definitely something you should share. And then we got the banana latte. I'd like it if there was a little bit of caramel or a little bit of brown sugar, a little something extra. It needed to bump up the flavors, but still a very solid 7 out of 10 for me. So like, yeah, very serviceable latte. Right. Oh no! They did have light chocolate. They had milk chocolate styles of donuts in there as well, so you're not stuck with just dark chocolate. But this was one of their seasonals, and so I was like, okay, we'll try this one out. And then the Saigon cinnamon donut. I cannot wait to try that a little bit later on. Good morning. I'll probably do the Saigon cinnamon with what do you call it? With my coffee that I got from the H Mart. Nice instant coffee, creamy, gently sweet. It's a very serviceable instant coffee. Type of bark scorpion, 3 inches long, brown with yellow stripes. Painful, not fatal. Fair, still bark scorpion. That's Oh, you're a white and milk chocolate girly. Got it. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, somebody's got to eat those. You know, it's okay that your taste buds have abandoned you to the, you know, it's okay. It's okay. You know, not everybody can have a refined, bougie, dark chocolate palate. I'm just saying, you know, some of us like flavor. I'm sorry. I'm so messing with you. And we're almost to 25K. When we hit 25K, we'll do another community card pull. Sorry as you hear the world go by. There we go. So I think well, I should have been writing some of this down. I need to change water. And then I'm going to be doing a couple of content creation that's centered around things like how to build an altar. I think I'm going to do like a small version, a little almost portable type version setup for people who want to be able to take their practices and whatnot with them on vacation, on road trips or business trips, that kind of stuff. I'll basically show you how to have a little setup that you can bring along with. And then I think I'm also doing some full moon ritual. Probably going to do like some protection, some other candle magic and stuff. And then I'm going to try and get commissions listed up on Mayhem Marketplace so that people can get commissions for stuff that they need, especially if you're not sure spell working wise what to do, what to get, all that kind of stuff. Basically, I'm offering myself up as a personal shopper. Do I ever lucid? Oh my god, yes. That's almost exclusively what I do. And I don't always have dreams often, but for like the last 3 nights in a row, I've been dreaming. It's been kind of wild, but so fucking wonderful. So I'm here for it. What can I say? But yes, I will be offering myself up as a personal shopper for candle spell. So if you need something done, something shopped for, I know of a couple of places that I really enjoy. They are small businesses, and I can procure all the items. I can do most of the work for you, and then have that shipped to you so that you can do the ritual in the privacy of your own home with a little bit more assurance that you got what you need and that you're going the right direction. So that is a chocolate chunk cookie dough donut from Sidecar. Very rich, dark chocolate, ever so lovely. Oh, the addition of the honey really helped this. And then a banana bread latte. I added just a little bit of honey because it needed something to pick up that cinnamon and the banana flavor, and the honey did that trick. It added that little sweetness. When you say banana bread, you always think it's going to be just a little bit sweet. They needed just a touch, like a little caramel or a little bit of something in there. The honey did it. Thank goodness. See, and my lucid dreams they're both fantastical and very realistic. When I lucid dream, I have all 5 senses. And even if they're a nightmare, I am the person who is like 99 times out of 100 in control in some way. So that squirrel is playing an interesting game. The dogs hate squirrels. Yeah, like 99 times out of 100, I'm in control in some version or another. But I've been asking for more and deeper access. Oh, thank you for the roses, Miss Iris. How you doing, my dear? And thank you for the heart me as well. I'm sorry, what was... Oh, so yeah, lately I've been asking for, to go deeper. And so more and more I have been going deeper and more ingrained in the dream itself. Thank you so much for the heart me. I really appreciate that. 25K. Hell yeah. Also, if somebody else drops the DJ glasses, you will also get yourself a free card pull. You can either give that to the community or take that for yourself. No judgment. There is no judgment to that. And if you do the whale diving, I think that's one of the last things I need lit up in my gallery. If you do the whale diving, I will pull a 5-card spread for you. Yeah, the last couple of dreams that were lucid, I keep dreaming of being inside big houses, mansions. Nice ones, actually, very, very calm ones and whatnot. But yeah, just, they've been more informational, slightly less horror-based, because usually my lucid dreams are zombie apocalypses. And weirdly enough, I'm still not scared. Hello, hello. How we doing? Come on in. We're doing a community card pull because we got to 25K. 40K is the next step up for the next community card pull. Or DJ glasses or the whale diving. And both of those will have a 1-card pull, and then the whale diving will be a 5-card pull. Oh yeah, we love a good dream psych read, because sometimes they're prophetic, sometimes they're psychological. Sometimes they're a bit of both. Sometimes you're just adventuring in a different place, as it were. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that can help. That can happen. See, the funny thing is, like for my zombie apocalypse ones, they're always slightly different. Sometimes a little bit more Walking Dead, other times a little bit more... Yeah, the world is recovering. There's just not a lot of us around. Will you too? Sorry, that was getting a little too bitey-faced. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the heart me. Those get you... Oh yeah, that's right. The heart me's get you 45 points towards leveling up. And then the comment that you make after that, as long as it's 5 words or more, that'll get you another 30 points towards leveling up. Yeah, they're playing bitey face. They're definitely playing bitey face. And it's the lightest weight one versus the one that just is an absolute brick. So I'm just like, I'm not worried about them like damaging each other, but sometimes the brick doesn't recognize their own strength or that they are a brick, and so yeah, somebody ends up getting rolled over and hurt feelings ensue. And there you go. We have a 6 of Pentacles. The working hard, getting through that muck and mire, getting yourself to that elevated place, and then still pouring in, recognizing that the hard work elevated you, but you need to continue, of course, doing the work or putting in the effort to feed all those new dreams and productivity that comes up from there. It's like growing a tree over time or growing a grotto over time. Just because you got yourself to a little bit of an elevated position doesn't mean you stop. It means you keep pouring into it. Chihuahua. Guess which one you can hear. So you keep putting in the hard work. You're definitely making progress in a good way. You just also, don't stop. That tree is still growing. That dream is still growing. So always pour back into yourself. I swear to God, I'm gonna have to put on my gardening gloves, and one of them wears like a little coat, but it's starting to get a lot warmer, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and put on some thick arm wraps and whatnot, but that coat has got to come off before it gets too much warmer, because poor guy's going to overheat himself. Yeah, they really are. They really, really are. But yeah, they are what they are. Let's see. Alter. You know what? I'll do an alter cleansing, or a space cleansing. I'll say. And then alter build. And then a full moon ceremony. And then let's do some tarot ASMR. Okay. These dogs are lovely, but they are comedy, to say the least. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's head to the room. I think I'm gonna go put this in the fridge, because that is a whipped cream on top with cheese in it, so keeping it safe. Oh, I love it. So see how puckered those are? That is, the sugar has drawn all of the moisture, the nutrients, the flavor out of that. I now have a strawberry limeade simple syrup. I'm going to strain those strawberry tops out. In fact, let's do that now. I'm not like thinking about doing that later. Hello, darlings. Come along with. I do love the donut boxes from this place that I went to. So that's the Saigon cinnamon. But yeah, your donut boxes, I guess this is like a half dozen or so supposed to fit in here. And then they also had dozens, and those were considerably longer. Yeah, they look so good. They also had a lot of really great flavors, like huckleberry. What was it? They had vanilla bean crumbs, like a lot of the stock and standards that were slightly more elevated, and then quite a few like specialty donuts, and they all looked really good. So let me go ahead and hello, welcome. We're doing a quick So I did this lovely simple syrup using probably one of the oldest methods. Get your fruit, throw some sugar on top. Let the sugar work. Sugar works a lot like salt, but is meant to make for like syrups. And is not nearly as if you happen to have a mouthful of it, because salt can have some very quick and kind of nasty effects. You're not supposed to have just a straight, handful or spoonful of salt. That can be very bad and can cause a hypertensive crisis. Hello, welcome on in. Just taking strawberry tops out of the mix. If I can find my super fine sieve, I will run the simple syrup through that. As it is, I think what I want to do, let me see. Do I have... Ah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to heat that until I've got a gentle low simmer going with that in it. And then I'm going to tighten it down, turn off the flame, and then let it come back down. It's basically a gentle way of pasteurizing, but it also helps to make so that the sugar is more fully integrated into the syrup, so I don't have any like, grainy bits at the bottom. Also, it will make it much easier when I need to pour or strain through the mixture through like a very, very fine sieve, as then I won't be getting my sieve clogged up with granulated sugar. Hello, hello, how is everyone? Welcome. Whether you're a mother or not, you're welcome. Ooh, and then I am currently, I am drying out some onion skin so that I can do a little bit of a dye project. If you've never made natural dyes, you can actually get a lot of colors out of a lot of different things, including onions, which create a very lovely golden color. So yeah. Yes, absolutely. I love to use the syrups for drinks, and then also sometimes for what do you call it? For cakes and whatnot. You can use it as a lovely, lovely drizzle. But yeah, if you heat it and you store it properly, you can absolutely use it as a simple syrup for drinks or for your soda stream. You carbonate your water first, and then you add some of your simple syrup, and you have like a homemade simple syrup. Yeah, no, and it is a vibrant, like, golden yellow. It is. I thought it was just, my teacher says, oh yeah, they used to use, onion skins to dye their stuff yellow. I was thinking that soft, faded, almost canary-esque yellow, that kind of pastel yellow. No, it was golden. I was like, fuck. They're like, yeah, no, this stuff was, like, super effective. I'm like, well, shit. Because back in the day, when you were a peasant, certain colors were available to you. Certain colors very much were not. Yes, avocado makes like kind of what is it? Kind of like a reddish brown. Because like weirdly enough, it doesn't come out green because when you're boiling it, it oxidizes a lot of things. So you get these kind of a reddish brown, kind of white, or not white, wine-ish color. Pomegranate juice, pecan hulls, same thing with walnut. Walnut was really good for like the dark browns, almost black colors. It was very effective. Very effective. Like it could stain skin effective. There was madder, M-A-D-D-E-R, root, and what was the other one? Madder, woad. There was indigo in certain areas. Like, yeah, there was a lot of beautiful natural dyes. You do not want to know how they got purple. Purple was a very difficult color to come by, but B was reserved for royalty for the most part. And yeah, it was a disgusting process to make it, to say the least. Didn't want to simmer that too fast. But yeah, I've got to know what this tastes like. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. It's very strawberry for it. I thought the lime would be more aggressive. And instead the lime is like just, it's a very nice back note. Okay. I can definitely mess with that. I just gotta find the right seltzer water to put that with. That's nice. Snails. Snails and certain types of, I want to say mollusks. There was a lot of fermentation involved. That and something like 20,000 snails in order to make like a bolt of cloth. So yeah, and it was like labor intensive. Like it took like a month or more to really do. So yeah. I can't remember if they drove it to endangerment, almost extinction. Yeah. Wildly expensive. Wildly expensive. Everybody thinks vanilla is just such a simple process. It's grown from like an orchid type tree. Yeah, they were almost extinct. Okay, they're protected now. Hell yeah. I love that for them. Because, yeah, vanilla grows from an orchid-like tree. They have to take the beans and ferment them for like 2 years in order to bring out that richness, that unctuousness, that very vanilla flavor. And then to make the extract, you usually scrape the insides of that pod out and let it sit in some sort of alcohol solution in order to imbibe that. And it has to be a clear alcohol. So you can make your own with like vanilla beans that are cut up and whatnot, and then soaked for like a month or so, and that'll make extract for you. But yeah, it's a 2 to 3 year process for a lot of vanilla. Yeah, when people find out where things come from, they're like, oh. Like, yeah. Oh, because they're probably an invasive species over here. So the problem with invasive species is that they will come in and they will be nearly unstoppable because they don't have the predators that would normally be able to take them on or take them out. And so, yeah. There's a mystery snail. You'll see almost these bright pink clusters of eggs. Do not touch the eggs. At least not barehanded. You can absolutely take something and crush those eggs up. But yeah, just be careful. You don't want to actually touch them. They are toxic to human consumption in all forms. So be careful. Make sure you crush them the heck up. But yeah, they are super fucking invasive. Ooh! Wonderful, wasn't it? I've seen it twice so far. End of next week, I promise you, I will be talking about it more in full. I just wanted to give everybody enough time to actually see the movie before I was like, spoilers. I'm the kind of person, I don't want to do spoilers in the first 2 to 3 weeks. I figure after 3 weeks, if you're gonna see it, come on. Right? Yes. Yes. Tell me you stayed all the way through the credits. Tell me you stayed all the way through the credits. Right? Then don't make him pink. I think that's how that snail was like, I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it pink. That's going to throw him off. It's like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They did so good, and I love how they highlighted the man who played Sammy, because I think that's honestly what is needed nowadays, is giving actual credence to new actors, especially when they're coming in, and he did such a fantastic job. He was amazing in that role. And I just realized a trick that they did, and this is not going to spoil anything. So one of the characters, Mary, she is an, I want to say, an octoroon. That is a very old school term. Stay in your lane when you're using it, please. She is, I believe, octoroon, which means she is 1/8 black. Both of the outfits that I remember seeing her in, because we see her. Okay, we see her in her like 3 different outfits, but like the 2 major outfits that she was wearing, both of them are pink. I just figured out that they are so pink that they are almost white passing, which is what Mary is. White passing, but still just enough in her lineage that it is known if you look at her. And it's like, oh, okay. I love the Easter egg of it all. How's she gonna try and walk out? How are you gonna try and walk out of that movie? Like, no, you sit through it. I love that they didn't go directly into the vampirism of it all. There was a lot to it, and a lot of it was social commentary on the day and time, in that place and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, like, of the 2 threats, the vampire was definitely a threat, but like, the temperature of the culture at the time was saying a lot as well. But I still love that, we're talking about Sinners. It was so good. It was so good. Just, I've got the house to myself for a little bit, so I can be out in the kitchen just doing the things and whatnot. But yeah, can't wait to have a place of my own, so I have space to expand as I please. But yeah. Yep, I've seen it twice as well. It's so good. It is so good. I made like 7 pages worth of notes in the dark about a lot of the social commentary, and then some stuff popped into my head last night, like Mary's white passing. It's also denoted in her clothing. I'm like, oh. I loved the way that they used color to denote several different things. And they were like culturally significant. And they did, like, Ryan Coogler and his team did such a fantastic job at making that movie pop in so many different layers, in so many different ways. Yeah. So Mary is white passing. She has, about 12% or so in her. And the dresses that she most notably wears, both of them are light pink, almost white passing. So one person I talked to so far didn't even notice that the first dress that she had worn was pink, nor did they realize the second one was pink, because of I think they were just figuring it was the lighting. And I'm like, no, I gotta see it from like a couple different angles. It's definitely a very, very light pink, but it's still pink. Dude, that was the most perfect demented. We're gonna kill y'all. I'm like, all because somebody had to be out there trying to be a pick-me, trying to be a, oh, come on, guys, can't we all just get along? Did you see Miss Annie? Did you see Miss Annie get the willies and not like the feel of them? Maybe listen to that part of your brain going, yeah, no, 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 no. I loved it. I adored the amount of social commentary, color motifs, like white, blue, red, and then yellow. And it took me a good long moment to figure out the yellow. There's also like themes around money, themes around belonging versus being excluded, and all within marginalized communities. That part was the eye-opener. I'm like, damn, they used nothing but minority communities, and then used also the juxtaposition between colonizers and marginalized communities who could blend in if they wanted to, but it was a bitter pill to swallow for them. I'm like, they did so good on that. Oh my god, cornbread was so good. Cornbread was so good. Yes. Oh my god. Bo Chow and somebody. I am so bad with names. Because Lisa was the daughter. Bo Chow was the man. I am trying to... Was it Marie? Grace! Oh my god, one of these days I'm like, Chastity, Prudence, Grace. Thank you. I don't know why I can't seem to remember her name. I mean, I'm from Southern California. Yesterday was a mildly warm day, but not that bad. I mean, I could understand though, and I think there was a little bit of vampiric power at play. 'Cause yeah, she was right. No, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. I'm like, no, what are you doing? Although she had a Molotov ready. She had a frickin' Molotov ready. But I understand why she did what she did. I understand also wanting to her, like, dude, shut up. We just gotta last till sun up. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? But it's like, coffee was a 7 out of 10. Pretty solid, but I added a little bit of honey. That definitely helped bump up the flavor a little bit more. I was expecting like a caramel or something in there to like make it slightly sweeter. And they went light on the banana syrup as well. But still, a very solid 7 out of 10 latte. And the donut I had was a good solid 8 out of 10. Fabulous, very nice dark chocolate. Blended a little bit more, but couldn't tell you per se the first and like what it would need. Like I know she didn't last more than 5 minutes, but she had such a singular thought process. A very, very singular thought process. And that was to take out her husband. Because I think in her mind, she very well knew that if her husband did go into town, that their daughter would let him in. And that would have been the end of their family line right there. She had a very, very singular purpose, very, very singular thought, and she pinned her husband to the ground with it. Like, she knew what she was doing, and again, I really think that there was a little bit of empiric link back and forth because they were so connected as a couple. I think there was a little bit of a use of madness in order to drive her to that. And I think that was like her last hurrah, was that straight focus. This is what I need to do. This is what needs to happen. And that. I'm like, A, why aren't you listening to Annie? Annie is the smartest of all of y'all when it comes to this kind of stuff. Why aren't you listening to Annie? Because if that was a haint, haints are just as bad, just as powerful from what I've read, as vamps are. So why aren't you listening to Miss Annie taking his body and just putting it right outside the door? That way, if he gets up and he walks, he gets up and he walks. But if you don't get up and he don't walk, then you're safe. Like, no, instead they leave him in that room. I'm like, what are you... But also, you could tell he had PTSD from the war. And right, I would have been, okay, Huck. I'm like, thank you, sorry. Like the very fact that he, what was it? One of them takes out money to pay Cornbread and reaches across the doorway. I'm like, I would have been here. The doorway would have been here. I would have been like, eh. I'm like, I'm not passing this doorway. I am not passing this door. Cornbread code switched. That would have been my first clue that something was wrong, is the fact that Cornbread code switched. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I am not breaking the seal of that door. No way, absolutely not. But yeah, like the very fact that you got people who aren't listening to the dark-skinned black woman. Pardon as I... probably just squirrels. Anyways, but yeah, like the fact that nobody was listening, or listening to a much smaller degree to the dark-skinned black woman, the only one of them trained in mysticism and folk magic of any kind. I'm like, oh, so you mean like now, where people don't seem to want to listen to those who know the most? The fuck? Like, opening those barn doors was, like, probably one of the worst ideas possible. I would have only opened that front door to create a choke point. Because only about 2 of them could have fit in that doorway at a time. You could have defended a lot more heavily. Those barn doors lets everybody in, like, mass fashion. It's like, I would have thought the soldiers would have thought of that. Or the soldier, I should say. I thought he would have thought of that. But, yeah. Well, they could have given the vamps the easy route, which I'm pretty sure they would have taken, but also you have to recognize that the thralled vampires that were there are under the control of Remick. And Remick is incredibly sly. So he might have recognized a trap if he saw it, but also, yeah, the moment that Annie gave an open invitation, it was an open invitation for all of them. So, yeah, because Remick is the only one that actually needs permission. The moment you give Remick permission, it gives all of them permission. But yeah, Annie gave such an open invitation that they could all come in. So yeah, it was, oh, man, it was so good. Right. Annie was fantastic, and I love the fact that they had such a good and solid love story that was non-abusive between two dark-skinned black people, and they didn't make her wafer thin. They gave her some curve. In fact, pretty much everybody had at least some curve to them, even Mary. Although, yeah, Mary was much more shaped like a slender white woman of the time. But, like, even Perlina, even though she was a little bit leaner, a little bit more alley cat, she still had some curves, some oomph to her. Miss Anne, oh my God, Miss Anne was so pretty. So fucking pretty. But yeah, she was just, ooh, ooh. And she did the mojo bag correctly. They had a hoodoo expert. They actually had experts for Chinese American Mississippi. They had experts for the Choctaw. They had experts for the Irish. They had experts for hoodoo. And she actually did the hoodoo incantation ceremony. She did that very, very correctly and very, very respectfully. I'm like, I love the fact that they did not make her a trope. They didn't make her speak like a Creole pidgin or you know, a pidgin style language. Like, it was so good. They did their research and they did not fall into trope, which is one of the most difficult things to do if you're not really paying homage to the history. That man is going to be a triple threat when it comes to entertainment. Like, his voice is fantastic. Had such an easy way about him. I actually had a little trouble telling, like, how old he was supposed to be, because he carried himself so well. That voice was so smooth. His demeanor was calm, but you could tell he was still learning. You could tell that he's like a man in his late teens, very, very early 20s. And yeah, just that idealism, that spirit of I can do anything, and then like getting kind of rattled and humbled by the whole thing. But I love when he comes to certain realizations about what he wants for himself versus what is being foisted upon him. Oh, so good. So good. So good. Hey, Mariah! Welcome, my darling. Come on in. I'm going to be around for a little while longer, at least. Pardon as I do a little quick scurry out. Pardon as I try to do this without scorching myself. There we go. Hello, I've been doing decently well, trying my best. You know how it goes. Yeah, he absolutely... he was fantastic in his voice, but also his singing voice was really good. So on point. And the way you could see that he felt the music, not just played the music. And it was so good. It was so good. That and Perlina. Pale Moon, with everybody in that perfect rhythm. I loved that they did not just make it a movie about... I thought it was going to be a movie mostly about Michael B. Jordan as twins. I was like, okay. They did so good at actually creating a multi-layered story with multiple focal characters. And honestly, their side characters didn't even feel like just side characters. Their side characters felt like actual people, actual characters that you could get into, and there was so much depth to them that honestly it was almost like you had to watch the movie again just to get even more of their backstories, because the more you watched, the more you saw about their backstories, and their backstories were fantastic and honestly gave you a big insight as to why they acted the way they did and a lot of what compelled them. Oh my god. That music the second time around hit even harder. Like, there was... Like, I think the first time around I was just like, oh my god, there's so much going on. That second time around, I listened for the music. It was so good. So good. So good. And I love the fact that they did not leave out... There was a good focus on the African diaspora being, really put forward and as a focal point, but they did not leave out the Irish. They did not leave out the Chinese Americans. There was representation throughout, and it was very intersectional. I loved that. So, yeah, I was like, yes. Well, and I think that's part of what they were trying to do, is kind of overwhelm your senses at least a little bit. Because I think, especially with everything that goes on, the entirety of history, and that's what they were presenting, is a lot of history packed into a very small space. In the entirety of history, sometimes you do get lost in the details. Sometimes you get overwhelmed by all the intersections and by all the things that are, going on. And it takes basically more research, more paying attention, more going back over the facts and whatnot to see actually how things did interact. But like when they have the big past to present dance and song, there were actual, like, Asian, Chinese specific dancers that were represented. So Bo Chow has that monkey character. I think that's from Journey to the West, but that is also a very particular style. And then Grace had that beautiful Chinese dancer with the long sleeves. That's another very traditional, very specific dance style. I love the fact that they had that represented. And then you also see different eras of, like, hip-hop, club, all that kind of stuff represented. And even in there, you will see more people, and it's not just a narrowed focus, it is a very wide intersectional focus. And it's fantastic. I loved that and the recognition of where things like rock came from, where blues came from. I did research on the song Pick Poor Robin Clean. Originally sung by a black man. I think one of the first record recordings of it was in 1927. And then the revivalists who seem to like to sing that song so daggum much. Can you guess what flavor they are? And I'm like, oh, this is a little bit of the colonized. This is a little bit of the appropriation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there are at least two very, very, very specific words within that song that would tell you who the singer is and what their station is in society and who they are ethnically in society. So for Vanilla Puddin' to be singing that kind of song, that whole line, "Aw, we were just about to get to the good part. I bet you were." Now that I know the lyrics, oh shit. So yeah, like, it was the appropriation of it all. And the people who would most be likely to listen to that song were, you know, black people of the time who were in the know, but also the other major consumers of that song, because it uses a couple of things that were slurs, basically, would be people who wore pointy hats, which that's what two of them were. And Remick wasn't down for their particular ideals, but he had all of their knowledge, all of their memories. So that song would have been real easy because they probably had that shit on repeat. Thank you. Right? Their dancing circle was fantastic. And not only was that fantastic, I mean, they did such a good job with that dancing circle, which that dancing circle was something that was very, very Irish. Very Irish. And I love the fact, again, that you had the incorporation of black people within that culture, within that, even though they were all being puppeted, they were within that culture. It was creepy, incredibly well done, but also so exceptionally sad in a lot of regards. Especially since Remick is so desperate for community, so desperate to feel included, has been excluded anywhere he goes, partly because of what he is, but also that curse that he lives under makes it so that he constantly feels separated from others. So yeah, it's just, you could see that little flicker for just a moment where he felt included, even though he had done it under force, basically. But yeah, no, they did a really, really fantastic job using marginalized representation, and they did a good job representing the Irish. Again, when it comes to tropes, especially when you see old school representation of marginalized groups like black communities, Asian communities, we've all seen yellowface, we've all seen blackface, but the Irish are quite often also marginalized. Yes, they had that pale skin, but like if they had that more reddish hair, if they had the accent or the last name, yeah, they faced a particular type of discrimination as well. And even in media and film, they tend to be represented in very few ways. So to actually see them represented properly, I that made me so happy. That really did. Hey. Oh, sanguine, like penguin. They rhyme. But yes, sanguine as in sanguine threads. Hello, how do you do? Hello, Ireland, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Banana latte. Banana bread latte, I should say. I added a little bit of honey, which definitely helped. Yes. I love... thank you so much for the t-shirt, Janelle. Let me grab my cards. Did you want a personal card read or did you want a card read for the community? Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you for the heart me, Liz. I appreciate that. Oh goodness, playful. Thank you. Yes. And those scars were something very, the way they did that, the way that he never hid from the scars and he never kind of shrunk away from showing those proudly. Hey, Robbie. That is very, it harkens back to like Yoruba traditions, the Yoruba tribe from Africa, where they would intentionally scar the body and use it as either a marker of some major thing that you've gone through or as a status symbol. Like, scars were not to be shrunk from. They didn't make you ugly. They just told a story, as it were. And so, yeah, I love how not only does he never shrink from it, it's part of his brand and logo. And I'm like, oh, wow, you really did not shrink away from this thing that has happened to you. Even though he does denote that it has scarred him. So, Luna, B, and Playful, did you want collective reads or did you want personalized reads? I think Playful said collective. But I'm also asking Luna. I think whale diving is one of the last things on my list. I'm just going to look it up real quick. There we are. And a whale diving will get you a 5-card read. Yeah, very much so. Very, very much so. It's definitely like war wounds and whatnot. I also like that they have a theme of PTSD and showing what it actually looks like. And they did so respectfully. Yeah, I don't think the vampire had any reason to back that thing up, though. I know you're making a funny, but it's not quite hitting for a particular reason. Collective was good. Okay. We'll do at least one collective. Actually, we'll do both as a collective, but separate pulls. Yeah. It was interesting to watch Remick use Thrall. It was also I also like the fact that Thrall was not an all-reaching or all-encompassing. There was still certain amounts of distance that it could cover, and stronger minds could override it. So I'm glad that it was not just a, godlike power. Once I have Thrall. No, you could tell when vampires were acting a little bit more of their own accord, and also when they were acting under heavier influence. Right. And they still left enough room. Oh, thank you for the heart me's. Or for the finger hearts, I should say. I loved that they also left enough room that you can get more well thought out story. But yeah, they definitely gave you enough of a wrap up that you felt really satisfied with the story that was told. Mm-hmm. And I love that you could tell it was Sammy, even without the steel drum guitar, or without his clothing had changed a little bit. He always kept a little bit of the yellow with him, which is very sun representation. What's my favorite season? Winter. I absolutely adore winter. A bit of that nice grayness, a bit of that coldness, even though I don't always weather it so well. It's my favorite season. Also, I can go outside quite a bit more. There's nothing really wrong with summer other than it can get god-awful hot to an unreasonable level at times. Spring is okay. I do like the blooming and whatnot, but also the allergies. And fall can be nice, but fall in Southern California is just like summer kind of 2.0, so slightly less hot, but still bright and uncomfortable. Right? A Southern California winter is especially underrated. Because it's like, we get cold, but not overly cold. We get a little bit of gray, but luckily we don't tend to have to face snow. So overall, it's pretty pleasant. Okay, let's do the first pull. Ooh. Queen of Wands for the collective. So the Queen of Wands setting a firm foundation, getting the house in order, and setting a gentle hearth are the things that are coming to mind. Setting a firm foundation is just, it's beyond just boundaries. It's literally setting your roots down in your home so that you can grow, making it a part of yourself, but not in a way that is so strict as to be hard written rule in stone, which tends to be a bit more of a masculine trait. Feminine traits tend to set firm but soft boundaries, boundaries that are well known but are not going to be reinforced first with aggression. So set your boundaries, make them well known, but tend towards the feminine, which is gentle speak, still firm, but gentle speak, and explanation as to why your boundaries are what they are. Setting hearth is really ingraining yourself in the spot and making it feel like home to you. So if you are in a place that is a little bit different or doesn't quite feel like home just yet, clear some space for yourself and set your intentions to build and grow that space for yourself as a home, even if it's a temporary thing or even if it is going to change soon. You take your home with you, but you need to make sure that you're setting out your home everywhere you go. You are a queen. You are the ruler, the soft ruler of your space. And you just need to embody that. You don't need to always serve others. Sometimes you need to serve yourself first. And make sure that people know that this is your space and that you have claimed it gently but firmly. Pardon, that was, whew, that one was a bit more of a download. See, and if you're watching, I'm gonna try and give you a, so when they meet up at that shack, there is foreshadowing there. And I knew what was going to happen. So in certain ways it kind of let me mentally prepare. But also that did not diminish what happened to them. Like, I still felt very emotional when what happened. But I had an inkling through certain visual representations when they first meet up and we first kind of learn a little bit of their backstory. I'm like, oh, Oh, that, and there's also certain scenes at the juke joint, and a few other places that very much denote where he's headed. So again, I was like, oh, but it was so well done. It was so well done. Those little bits of foreshadowing and kind of telling the audience what was going on. I loved Miss Annie because there was never really anger with her. And anger and aggression is something that we have been taught to just take. That, oh, you know, they're going to be angry. They're going to be loud. And she was always so reasonable. Even when she was, like, stressed, she was reasonable. She was kind. She was gentle. She, you know, she was stern. She still set her boundaries. But it was always carried so well and with such, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the way she held herself, such grace, such effortless grace. Just absolutely adored her. She had her shit together the most of all of them, to say the least. Hey, collective, happy Mother's Day for those of you who are mothers. I am not. I'm like, I can't let go. It's because it was loving. It wasn't crude. I like the fact that they did not shrink away from smegsy, spicy. There was no shame to it. It wasn't overly gratuitous, but there was no, oh my God, oh my God. It was like, oh, this is just normal, natural, everyday. How can I put the long and short of this? I'm going to be very, very blunt when I say, I don't give a fuck if my parents are still of this world or not. So far, I have not been notified of them not being, but have not celebrated Mother's Day in a very long time for very specific reasons, and also never been a mother myself, never want to be a mother myself. Yeah. Well, I mean, part of that is it's colonialism. It is organized religion. It is several social factors that have made us very puritanical in a lot of ways when it comes to things that revolve around consenting adult fun. So yeah, like, I find it lovely that they were able to approach it in the way they did. I find it funny that certain adults still had a reaction, especially if they were with parentage. Oh yeah, no, I left church a long time ago as well. I'm ex-evangelical. There's a reason I'm a practicing witch on a Sunday live streaming. Sorry, sweeping away some of these. Da, da, da. The drool one is what I had a little bit more problem with. But once I understood the significance, that helped lower it down just a little bit. And also I was like, it's not for me, but I'm here for it for them because they seem to enjoy it. Okay. Well, and she knew he was freaky. They had a pre-existing relationship as Smoke and Annie, or Miss Annie, and then Stack and Mary. So both of them had a pre-existing relationship to each other. So like they both kind of already knew their boundary lines, which I'm guessing is why they got together in the first place. Mary was a little bit more frisky, a little bit more fanciful, a little bit more as was Stack. But Smoke and Annie, oh, that was just such a lovely, warm, very, very in-depth, platonic and romantic kind of thing. I do love that Smoke and Mary do continue to persist and do continue to show each other love, because so often you see it go and be represented as of something that becomes toxic and untoward. But no, they kept the themes of that deep, everlasting love in a healthy level. I did like Mary. I like that they didn't have any perfect victims, nor did they have any absolute villains. Like, Remick was what he was. But once you understand what he's going through, you kind of understand his motivation. Why he does what he does, why he feels what he feels. And you can still absolutely recognize, like, dude, no, bad. You can still recognize what he's doing is not right. But I think there's a little bit of empathy that is injected into his character when you understand, especially if you understand the mythos and lore behind vampires from a Celtic tradition. Dude made way too much noise, okay? Dude made way too much noise. I'm sorry, but pounding on the door and like freaking out. Oh, sorry, I have some alarm I had to. Dude, pounding on the door and making a lot of noise like a scared fish in a barrel. Yeah. I'm just saying. But the effects. Oh my god, the effects that they did. Their practical effects were really well done. I like that they didn't do all just CGI. The practical effects that they had were done really well. And then even the stuff that was a little bit more CGI was done so cleanly. They did such a good job. I'd love to see like a behind the scenes. But yeah, poor guy got tackled. And he got tackled after getting sliced in a fight. Like, that poor dude was having the worst night of his life, to say the least. So let's do one more card pull because the DJ glasses were filled. And if anybody does the whale diving, that will get you a 5-card pull. Right. And like, I was like, nah, he ain't making it back. The moment Cornbread saw him, he's not making it back inside. He was too close. It was a short run, and vampires tend to move a little bit faster than normal people. So I'm like, he ain't getting in. Yeah, but can you imagine if he had come in and then you gotta like explain to him all of what's going on because he has missed pretty much all of the exposition. And I love Cornbread because that guy's a really good actor. He just is. He's a really, really good actor. But also, they made his character so wonderfully personable. Honestly, all the characters that they had, even the side characters that they had in there, were all so fantastic, so well thought out. Hey, Kaylin, how you doing? Cornbread and Delta Slim were fantastic characters, and oh, Bert and who's his wife? So Bert was the Grandmaster's nephew, but Bert and his wife, they were wonderful. They were so creepy and off. Oh, that part, and that part breaks my heart because it's like, damn, you pregnant, and you gotta go through all this, and like, yeah, like what happens? Like, part of me does want to know kind of like what that fallout was because a lot of people, better part of 3 dozen, if not more, like 3 to 5 dozen, maybe more. Like, what happens because only 3 people, I think, technically made it out of that thing. And 2 of them couldn't return home. And one of them chose to return home only long enough to tell him, yeah, I'm gone. So, I would love to know kind of like what the fallout was. I'm doing okay. Keeping up as best I can. I know. Everybody's been a little bit busy, but I will be going back to my regular 6 to 9 p.m. slot instead of doing the 4 to 7. 4 to 7 just wasn't quite it for me. Yeah, like how does Lisa continue on? Because she looks like she is maybe in her latter teens. I don't even think she's in her 20s just yet. And then, and she's going to now have to take care of or have to deal with 2 stores. Which means either hiring people or having to close down. But yeah, you've got Lisa, that we don't know what happened to her. We've got all those sharecroppers. We've got Perlene, her husband. Like, what was going on with that situation? There are so many families that are going to feel the effects. And yeah, I do wonder what would happen, but I am also hoping that they're going to be making other films. Oh, I love it. So the 3 of Pentacles, this is the other community card pull for the DJ glasses. I'm hoping that there will be a second movie, and I would love it if they went and, like, built something with that and really, like, went into, like, detail, like, people now figuring out or finding out what's going on, what happened, how many people just write Sammy off as being out of his mind versus how many are like, are you shitting me? And then what about the fallout from all of those pointy hat members being taken out at the sawmill or at the abattoir, which is probably what it actually was an abattoir. But it just looks like a sawmill. So, 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork. Working together. Delegating the right people for the right job, especially within a group. Because not all people need to be trash men. Not all people need to be managers. Not all people need to be stalking each other. Like, everybody's going to have their place. Everybody's going to have their time. So definitely communicate, especially if you're put into like a group situation. Communicate and find out what people's strengths and weaknesses are, and try to help get people where they need to go. Because if you have somebody who's really good at organizing, another person who's really good at like doing a repetitious, another person who's like really good at, you know, getting things squared away and whatnot, play to the strengths of the group rather than worrying about every last weakness that a person might have. Find out what somebody is strong in. Find out what they are best at. Because that's actually how you build a stronger group, is finding what people are good at and then delegating parts of what needs to happen from there. So whether it's a group project, a coworker thing, or even, you know, just organizing friends to get a nice night out or have some fun or whatever. Like, maybe Megan is really good at calling the clubs and making sure that the entertainment is going to be there and what the entertainment is going to be. And then maybe, you know, Sandra's better at being the designated driver because she's like, yeah, no, I just don't like the taste of it. And I will get you there. And then, you know, have somebody else who coordinates the little, you know, group get-together chat. So yeah, go with that. Find your strengths instead of the weaknesses. Don't focus on the weakness. Find out what you're good at and go from there. Yes, and like, not every movie has to have all of the meaning, but even like Deadpool Wolverine had a lot of thought to it and a lot of meaning put into it. But yeah, we definitely need more movies that have thought and commentary as their driving force, which is kind of why I want to see the new Jordan Peele one when it comes out, called Him. I mean, it sort of was. It sort of was based on real life. Like, there are several instances of those kind of things really happening. So you're not wrong in thinking that, oh, wow, holy crap, I thought this was based off of a real... Well, there was a lot of instances that ran close enough to it that it was highly plausible. Close enough to it that it was highly plausible. Well, I mean, the very fact that they had so much good setup. Oh, okay. I'm gonna face you towards this. I will be right back, my darlings. Taking a quick bio break. I forgot to get this all squared away before I brought you in here, which is my own fault. Okay, paperwork that I can go through in a bit, because Most of it is just nothing about nothing. Hello, darlings. From. I don't think I've seen From just yet. Oh, I think I've seen little clips of that going around. Yeah, a slightly more realistic version of how people might react to it, especially with, I think TV and filming and movie crews being about and people being in full makeup is mildly desensitized us at times to the danger that surround us. So I like the fact that it was a slightly more realistic look at how people might actually react nowadays, especially to things like vamps. You're just like, the fuck? But From, I think I've seen that around. I'll see if I have it on the streaming apps. Come on, Playful, you can do it. Ooh. There was a British, Human, I think it is. Is it Human? Originally a British show. Basically they had a werewolf, they had a ghost, vampire. Very interesting look at how, in modern society, how they would integrate and whatnot. But yeah, hello! How you doing, Maya? Yeah, I think there was... Oh, God. I think the British tend to do it better first, and then when they bring it over here and like, we're going to redo it, they make it so campy. They forgot that there needs to be... what do you call it? There needs to be, an actual element of humanity in it. Not everything can be slapstick or adventure. Yeah, so far so good. Doing a nice little early cast today just because I felt like having a little donuts and coffee, doing a little breakfast with everybody. I don't know if I'm going to be on again tonight, but if I were to be on again tonight, it would be, again, probably around the 6 o'clock or so hour, so maybe. I'm not going to say for sure. I'm trying to get a lot of content done today and then hopefully get that squared away so I can get just what needs to be done. Hello, my darlings. Welcome. Come on in. If anybody else needs cards read, especially personalized, links are in Lio. And if anybody happens to fulfill the whale diving, I will do a 5-card pull. I started tarot about 15 years ago. Renaissance fair. There happened to be a tarot card reader across from me, and I always loved the vibe of the place. So, kind of decided, go over, check it out. And I asked if anybody could read. Yep. All you need is a deck. You start by, training by the book, and then you start leaning into your sensitivities after that when you've gotten quite a bit more confident. So in the last couple of years is when I've really started leaning even more into the gifts and doing the reads for people. So, yeah. Just about anybody can do it. Not everybody can do it well. And some people very much do it by the book, which is perfectly fine. Always have a book on hand too, because sometimes you need to go and refer back to something, or certain words are going to be more conducive to what you're reading for. But yeah. And I've been a witch for about 25 years. Yeah. Oh my God, it has been a long time. Yeah, I've been a witch for about 25 years. I'm ex-evangelical. Left the church in my late teen, early 20. And then, just never really looked back and found a lot more fulfillment in a lot of ways in witchcraft. I tend to do candle, chaos, herb, and kitchen. I'm still definitely refining my style and leaning into my gifts. Sometimes when you have to live quietly in any regard, it can really it can hold you back. But when you learn to just like lean into yourself and be yourself and be open to what you can do, that helps. That helps a lot. So yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. I think on Monday we'll do a little full moon ceremony work. I will try and get at least some sort of like a little bit of calendar or something put together, and maybe post it up so people will know where I'll be, when I'll be, and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. How is everybody doing today? I know there's a lot going on. Currently it is Mother's Day. A lot of us have gone and seen Sinners a couple times. Oh, so much to talk about that movie. I love it. Anybody up to anything good, or are we all just like, just bed, sleep? Although it is a rather lovely day, so I think I'm probably going to go out and grab at least a little bit of sun and see if I can have a little bit more of a summer complexion rather than a dead of winter complexion. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got a blue candle. Pokemon Go. Oh hell yeah! If the rain ever lets up. Do you have anything close enough around your home that you can at least maybe play indoors? Ooh, empanadas for dinner. That sounds so good. I made some caramelized onion and marinated beef last night, so I think I'm gonna make up some red rice. I've also got some beans. Maybe do a little bit of the quesadilla route because I've got tortillas and cheese right now. So fair. You always want to get them steps in. I mean, you could pace around the house. I know that's not helpful. There is nothing wrong with liking that game. There is absolutely nothing wrong about liking that game. Me and coworkers, when I was working over in Irvine, we would take our lunch breaks sometimes to like go take walks. That, and we would take our breaks to go take walks and play Pikmin. So we would do a quick wander around, doing Pikmin as we go, and then just chill out, decompress just a little bit. Right, exactly. If it keeps you motivated, if it keeps you busy, that's not a bad thing. We all need that thing that encourages us to get outside and do sociable things, as it were. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that part. Oh my goodness. When I went to Sidecar to pick up some donuts and the coffee and whatnot, there's a Trader Joe's right across from it, and they just put all of those buckets of flowers out in the parking lot. It was getting swarmed like people were like bees, okay, just like you couldn't even see that they were flowers, save for every now and again somebody would move out of the way and, as the next person is swooping in, flowers. And I think they had bouquet makers like kind of in the middle of the square, like just putting together fresh bouquets to constantly be putting out. And I was like, oh, okay, that's right. I'm like, why? I've never seen. Oh, it's freaking Mother's Day. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Trader Joe's is a good place to go. There's always plenty of places that have bouquets. And honestly, if you drive near cemeteries, or at least here in Southern California, I don't know if it's true for everywhere, but if you drive kind of nearby to a cemetery, there tends to be flower sellers usually on the roadside, and they are definitely out in force today. So take a little drive around, have a little cash in hand. You'll probably find what you need. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I know the florists are probably like in overdrive for what is it, for Valentine's Day, for Mother's Day, Memorial Day. There's a few other flower heavy holidays out there as well. But yeah, weekends especially tend to be when most of the flower sellers are out in force, because that's when most people are going out on dates or going to visit family or going to visit family in cemeteries. So yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, I like a good plant. We love a good plant. Eh, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. Very much with you on that one, B. But I don't want to waste the money on it. Oh, thank you so much for the heart me. Hi, Radical Ritual. How you doing, dear? I mean, that'd be funny. Just get her a pothos each year and just like watch them take over the house. I swear to God, pothos is one of those few plants that if you put it into a literal jar of water, it just grows. And if you put it into dirt and then ignore the living daylights out of it, it just keeps growing. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Everything. I think pothos is one of the few plants that does not like attention. It thrives on neglect, unlike me. Right. Freaking love of pothos. Oh, they have a website for that too. Oh. Ignore me. You're like, I'm trying, but you're everywhere. I kind of want to go back to growing sweet potato slips. I freaking love that. Ooh, succulents. Succulents are great for people who don't want to have to pay attention more than like maybe once a week to their plants. I don't know. I'm not doing pendulums, and you did not introduce yourself properly, so I'm not much one for demands. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I need to actually start setting boundaries on just general politeness, and people need to come in and take the temperature of a room first, and at least if they're going to be uh, 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 asking services of me, like be polite enough to introduce yourself a little bit. Just saying. And see, I find it funny that you overwatered them because the only way to overwater them is if you water them while they're in dirt. If you just take a clipping and throw it into water, bastards just grow roots and go. Succulents are a mystery to me. I cannot seem to keep them correctly, but I thrive on container gardens. And so far, my mint, chocolate mint, nasturtium, sage, strawberry, pepper plant. I thought I was overwatering the. I thought I was supposed to like ignore the pepper plant plants, like don't water them that much. Apparently, I was deeply underwatering, so I've started watering, and they've started perking up again. I swear, I feel for these pepper plants. I have put them through hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we well because originally we were very much kind of more of a deserty thing. So yeah, when it comes to succulents, that is our go-to because they are so drought resistant and we are such a drought heavy environment. So yeah, we love our succulents around here. We love our succulents around here. Yeah, I would definitely say try it with the clippings, and literally you can just throw it into a nice vase of water, and then just make sure you keep that nice and topped up with good fresh water every now and again. Yeah, when it comes to pothos in soil, it has to be a well aerated soil, the one that has like the kind of white rock so that it drains properly. And then you're giving it a watering, I think no more often than like once every like 3 days. And honestly, just kind of submerging the bottom of the pot in water and letting it soak up for like 10 minutes or so and then letting it drain well. Yeah, like pothos is a wild plant. It's either all water or ignore me almost to the point of mm. Definitely get like a clipping from a friend or go to your local nursery and whatnot. They tend to have very easily attainable small plants and whatnot. So wet and so dry at the same time. Boy, if that ain't a sentence right there, my goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just like you can usually pop off like one of the little leaves or one of the little buds and whatnot, and literally just put it onto some soil, give it a couple of drips and drops, or even I think there are certain types that you can just pop onto basically a paper towel and just keep the paper towel moist for a while, and it will put out its roots, and then you put it in some well aerated soil and go from there. I mean, some of those places treat their plants rough enough that you will often see that pieces have fallen off. I always, if you're of that habit, just take it up to the front. And go, how this dropped off, but how much for it? And half the time they will go. Other half the time they will charge you next to nothing for it. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Radical Ritual. Hello. I'm sorry, everything is there's a lot going on, and I've gone on a couple of rants, so pardon if I have not seen something. How is everybody doing? If it's on the floor, it's fine. Fair. Fair. Definitely fair. Hello. Welcome. Oh, it's actually 11:30, so I should head off. I've got some things that I need to get done. There's the off chance that I will be back on tonight, but more than likely I will be back tomorrow, and we can work on some full moon ritual. If you are of the mind to support, my Mayhem Marketplace is open. I've got some of my artwork up there. I will be adding more things. I'm kind of scrambling to get everything reorganized so it's a little bit easier for people to navigate and find me around the web and whatnot. So I will talk to you all later. Bye. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. Bye.